everybody? Got another video here for you. We are in ALEKS. We are going to look and see how to graph the equation of a circle. So what we're going to do is we're going to do two examples. We're going to do one that's in standard form, and we're going to do one that we have to get in standard form, something like this one right here. Okay, so let's take a look at this one first. So it says the equation of a circle is given below. Identify the center and the radius. All right, so to do this, you can see that we have x plus 5 squared plus y plus 4 squared equals 16. I know my writing's not as good. I'm usually writing on my Surface on the screen, and I've got to use a Wacom tablet on this one, so it's not going to be as good. So we've got the center. Let me write that C better. So we've got the center is at -5, -4. Okay, remember the equation of a circle is in the form x minus h squared plus, squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And your center is at hk. And your radius is r. All right, so you see how in the formula how it's a minus here. So the easy way to remember at the center, it's, since there's a minus here in the formula, the sign for your center is going to have the opposite of what you see. So see how we got a +5? That's going to mean it's a -5. And for your h, and a +4, that means it's going to be -4. So there's your center, and then your radius is equal to the square root of this number. Remember, this number here is r squared, so r is going to be 4 in this case. Whoops, is going to be 4. All right, so let's come over here and let's graph the circle. So all you have to do is, see, there's a circle, that's an ellipse, that's a parabola. So you just hit the circle, and we want to placing the center of the circle. So we're going to come over here. See, there's -2, -4, and that would be -5 is between the -6 and -4. So we're at -5, -4, and so for the y value we're going to go down here to -4, and we're going to place our center. And then it wants us to place a point on the circle. Well, the radius is 4, so from the center I'm going to go up 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if I wanted to, I could go to the right 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter. You just got to go either way. Just go straight up or down, or straight left, right, and place the point there. And then let's go ahead and put in our center. -5. We didn't do that part first. Let's scroll this up a little bit. -4, and then our radius is 4. And then we will hit check, and we got it correct. All right, so now let's come over here and let's do the next example. So we're going to have to do a little more work on this one. Let's erase this so we'll have some room to write. All right, so let's go ahead and write our problem down. So we've got x squared minus 4x, and let's put that in parentheses, plus, and then let's write the y squared minus 2y, and let's leave a little space there, equals -1. Alright, so when it's in this form, you want to group the x terms together, group the y terms together. And so remember, you're going to have to complete the square. So you look at the number in front of x, that's a -4, so you half it, that's -2. -2 squared is 4. So remember, this term here in front of the x, you half it and then you square it. So that's going to be plus 4. So that means we have to come over here and add 4 to the other side. Alright. And then for this one, we have to half the -2, so half of -2 is 1, -1, it really doesn't matter, you're squaring that anyway. So -1 squared is 1, so we're going to add 1. And so we got to add 1 to this side. And so remember, this side over here factors into x minus 2 squared plus y minus 1 squared, and that is equal to 2. And so you can see here our center, now remember what I said, it's the sign opposite of what you see. And then the whoops, I messed that up, didn't I? That doesn't equal 2. That equals 4. And so the radius is 2. Alright, so let's fill all that out. So the center is at 2, 1, and the radius is 2. And so to do our circle, now one thing I do want to show you, well, I'll show you after this one. So we're going to place the center at 2, 3. No, I'm sorry. What did I put 2, 3, 4? No, that's all right. So I'm glad I did that. I'm actually glad I did that. So let's say you messed up. You messed up. I don't know why I put a 3, but say you mess up. Just hit that undo. Can y'all tell me why I put a 3? I don't know. All right. So our center is at 2, 1. So we're putting the center there, and then the radius is 2. So we'll go to the right 1, 2 units right there, and then we'll check, and we got it correct. Now let's say that and I know this isn't the problem, but let's just say that our radius, let's say our radius is I don't know, square root of 2. How in the world are you gonna do that? Okay, how are you gonna do that? Well, what you would have to do is, look, you've got your circle, and let's just say that your center here is at 2, 1, which it is there, and so this is 2, 1. That's your x. And so from this point right here, we've got to go over square root of 2. You see that? I mean, the y coordinate is going to be 1 anyway. Okay, that's 1. So what would that point be? Well, that would be 2 plus square root of 2, right? See, from this x value, this 2 here, we would be adding square root of 2. Okay. Now, how would we go about doing that? I'm gonna just hit try another. Okay. Let's see, what would that be? I tell you what, let's work this problem, because it's gonna I think the radius is going to be a square root. let's try it and see. You're gonna get a bonus problem here. All right, so you get x squared plus, well, let me move this up. All right, so you're gonna get x squared plus 6x. All right, we'll go through this part fast since we already did it once. And then you get y squared minus 2y. Oh no, it's not. It's not going to be a square root. Never mind. But anyway, let's go back. The center is at 2, 1, and remember the other point, 1, 2. We're up here at 1. The next point, this point here, that would be 2 plus square root of 2, 1. All right. So what you would need to do there is you would plot, and of course, you know, this isn't going to be the correct answer to this problem, but you would plot your center. Well, I tell you what, first we would need to do this. You want to plot a point, okay? And the point you would want to plot is 2 plus square root of 2, 1. That's the point, and you would plot the point. Okay? So you would have to plot that extra point because there's no way you're going to go over exactly 2 plus square root of 2. And so then when you go to do the center, you would do 2, and then you would go up 1, and then to place the point, you would go to this point. You would just click on that point right there. All right? And then, of course, this is going to tell you it's wrong. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The whole point is what if that radius is not a perfect square? How would you go over, you know, for your point on the circle? But that's how you would do it. Okay. Yeah, I miscalculated. I was trying to do it in my head and I couldn't, and I messed up in the arithmetic, I guess. But anyway, that's how you would plot the point, like 2 plus square root of 2, 1. Okay. All right. So I hope this video helped. Check out my other videos. Give me a like, share, subscribe, comment, and I will see y'all in the next one. Later.